This is how legends are made. How's everybody doing? I had a fantastic day off. It's amazing what can happen when a person needs to understand the body function, how it works, the allocated timeline center. I got 24 hours. It was amazing. I think I slept for maybe 10 hours, maybe 11. Other than that, I had a really fantastic. And I was wondering why didn't I just take a day off? That's how legends are made, right? You have to take a day off. Got to keep the legend going, right? It processes the system locations. So I sent you guys very powerful TikToks, everything that's going on through calculations, any help, any needs, any wants, let me know. I'm here for you, space-time creator. So I wanted to show you how powerful it is to understand when you're sleeping, just to make it very well clear, this is not photoshopped. This is what happens when I came in positions of God, the Highline Center. This Trinity saying my eyes are closed, but on the other side, you see my eyes open. That's the spiritual of its acceptance. I come into the full communications of my geometry line center of its operation to its directions. All right, look at this. You'll see eyes on the other side location. See the eyes? See the eyes? Eyes are closed, but look at my eyes on the other side. Look at my eyes are open on the other side. Look how powerful that is. It's not a filter. Look, my eyes are closed, but you see my eyes open on the other side. I wanted to show you how powerful it is when you see yourself on the other side. This is a picture, but you see my eyes open on the other side. That is my positions to my avatar. I just wanted to show you what you can see. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Now I got the brain functions and interference location. Observers, high trajectory line and interference locations, high position location to all levels of the galactic forces, the GFLs and everything, the rebellion. So I set up all positions of 4 waving system locations, 5 within system, 6 within activation, 7 within the core line center, coming in the brain line center, rotation, and interference. I was doing figure point line rotation, interference location, channel line centers, metro line and interference line connections, open up all track locations of all division line center rotation. Now you can see what I'm doing on this side, but you can't see what I'm doing on this side. This is already traveled through high position locations. This is set up here in activation line connection to its force line position to its activation cut, its high line center. So it's amazing what happens when you get 24 hours a day off system. My motivation just triples the highline interference location to its channels. All right. So basically, I hope everybody's doing well. I'll give you guys 5-10 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to travel to the brain function line center. We're going to go to the heart reactor line interference and put position locations. You guys want it to immune system. Now you're going to go into your brain. What it is. Everything is graph line center rotation of a structure of a map. You have to stand in the graphing position location, what it is to calculations. It helps you out in ways of forms to understand what your brain is. Okay, it fires and wires, but you start all position locations, letters, numbers, shapes, and symbols, and everything through structure. Imagination to its creation puts you in high line center of locations. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the heart position. We're going to travel up. We're going to go through the throat patterns. We're going to go here through the carotid. You're going to see the wire line center. You're going to go through the path locations up to the chin. Okay, and then we're going to go up, right, straight through to the nose, up to all of the systems of the cranial. There's going to be a sac there. You're going to see the septal line interference. And we're going to travel in vortex to all positions of the 3, 6, and 9 eye position. You're going to travel back into the brain setting. That will be setting up to its base. You have to understand where the brain is. It's on standby. It's a satellite dish calculation modification to its connection, high rise, its line center. So it's very powerful when we see these through track locations. All right. Make sure you drink your water. Okay. So it's all about understanding. Every time I talk, it activates every single time. So it's trying to understand what your brain is doing every single day. It's setting music, structures, tones, colors, lights, triangles, shapes, anything through foundation, anything through calculation, anything through dimension, anything through space, anything through time, right? So it's understanding what your brain is doing. All right. So you got to get in the waving patterns. And when you see these things, it's going to freak you out a little bit because you understand it's the brain of you. And you understand, yes, it's 8 pounds of pressure. Yes, it's a sponge, but it's the most beautiful thing. It's really amazing. Okay. So it's kind of like it's got an organic feeling. It's like it's organic sac, but that sac is you in calculation. So it's all about understanding how to use the scepter, how to calculate modified line position locations. So what's going to happen is the forward sequence, once we come out of the brain line center, you're going to travel down through the spine. You're going to go right through the tip and go right back up. Okay, you're going to surface right to Orion's belt and open a galaxy line center in an operation circle to a rotation connection. What that is through the brainwave system. All right, make sure you have your water. This is going to be fun. I got to tell you, I feel great, guys. I'm glad I took that day off. It's amazing what the body needs. The body needs rest, and I've just been overworked, and I got to be honest with myself, you know. So, all right. So I got it all structured out. This is really exciting stuff. I went through calculations. I always go through your programs and your solar text location. Any questions and comments, I'll head over to TikTok. We'll go live. We'll get this going. All right. So it's centered in position. All right. It's all structured. I'm going to show you what's going to happen now. We're going to travel through the structure. My finger point line center is going to activate the core line center. Once I touch the paddle line rotations, you're going to travel through all level positions to the cranial, up to the brain. Okay, we're going to go through the heart, up through the throat. We're going to come around the chin, come around, up through the nose, up through the cranial, into the brain line center. So we come into all of the position locations, structures, images, mind of imagination. All right, calculate, modified to line. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, you guys are at the throat pattern interference location, right? Now we're going to travel up to business location to the chin. Up to the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose, in and up through the cranial line center. We're going to go into the position, the center core positions of the brain. All right. So basically what's happening right now, you're in the image line center, rotations, all positions, or starts location in the brainwave pattern. Everybody's in their own vibrational line center in position locations, coming into all levels of its observer, in position of galactic forces, in position the GFLs and everything through rebellion. All right. This is the observer of the brain line center. This is the GFL. See how that changes the coloration? See how it modifies position mutation line interference location to all levels of its cortex, pre-cortex line center position location, high levels of the placebo. Placebo effect in high position locations, calculated modification line center. Put them in the brain line center, brainwave pattern location interference, graph line communications, all position locations, co-line center, 6,000 line center rotations in position location, traveling to 8,000 line rotations in second per second high line channel locations into the GFLs. See the coloration change, see the coloration change, see the coloration of the rebellion, how it comes into all levels of gold and its positions of yellow. Understand colorations of the observers to the GF and everything the GFLs to the rebellion. All right, 40 minutes up one. All right, good. Pretty wild stuff what you're going through when you see the brain line center. "40 minutes, have fun. Travel through the brain, get to know the brain. Structures will be given to you, images will be given to you, coloration, channel line, condition, vibrations." So every time I talk, so that's me just saying every time I talk, going to activate the line center interference. Program setting to position location off signal. To understand how to allocate timeline center rotation to its interference locations. Now, once you get into high positions, we're going to go into all levels of perception. That's tomorrow. You guys have to know what it's like to eye channel location, Gaussian line interference position, and open up all division line center rotations to eye receptor locations, catching all position locations to that person's soul, bringing it back to the central line center, set up the operation to position. You guys are going to be structured through simulator tomorrow, right? So it's all about understanding how I'm using you as a replica again, but this is going to be through a structure of a hologram, an interference channel to a location to its position to a computer operation line center to its connections. So you guys know how to talk through your voicing grids, but you have to learn how to you have to learn where the brain is. It's all in different positions of coloration and patterns and voicing grid line centers and all position locations. It's amazing how it calculates modified line rotation interference to its location center conditions, how it operates all positions. See? All position to its locations. And your fingers are gone. Look at that. Disappeared. I got 3 here. 4th is traveling. So if it's in sight, they're not traveling. If it's missing, it's traveling. See? So the 4th line, the pinky, it's traveling, right? 30,000 line rotation interference, okay? So it's traveling what? 6,000 line positions, locations to all planet system. Now you can't see anything in my hand here on the left side, but you can see some on the right, but you only see 3. You don't see the 4th. See, the 4th is traveling, right? So you have to really understand how to use vortex communication to finger points. We got to get into structural location identification code system, right, to its track line conditions. See how powerful your hands are? What you can do? So let's see how everybody's doing so far. All right, let's see here. Okay, you're going to see what it looks like to be inside your brain. Everybody's dead, and then you realize, and you really appreciate, oh my gosh, I got to clean my brain. There's too much dust on this side. Let's take it off on the right side. No, let's take it on the left side. Forget it. Let's just leave it. So you have to really understand what your brain is. So it's all about wiring right position locations. All right, so I had to get started because I had a central line near center rotation interference to all positions, 4 track location, brainwave patterns, different on vibrational centers to its cortex, to its placebo. You have to understand the effect when you travel faster through the mind line center to the observer, to the GFLs, and everything through the rebellion. Look at the coloration change, right? That's where everybody's at in sequence of the brain system locations, all through computer operation. So pretty amazing stuff. All right, exciting, Wazir, always fun. Glad you're okay. Rest is so important. Yes, rest is very important. Thank you very much, Katie. Appreciate that. All right, so let's back phrase line center. You guys are going through the experience right now. You have to learn what it's like to travel through all levels of the cranial up to the sac rotation, the scepter line center. You can see everything you need to see through structure. Just showing you how powerful it is when you see this through high position locations. All right. This is not a dream. This is not a filter. This is real. You see my hand, you see my eyes on the other side line center. You can see them shut in rotation, right? That's how powerful it can be through God's system. Geometric operation of direction line center. That's why I woke up and I changed everything to visitor locations. That allocate position of time center where I realized I was coming into the holographic structure of my brain system of its computer operation. Setting up all channels of space-time line center. All right. So, all right, sentient Lieutenant Janet has gone. Let's see, Nikki, how you doing? Ellen, Lightworker, Bell. Bell, thank you very much for the space-time creator. I just put it on my duet. That's how legends are made. I love it. I put that up. Let's see, Veronica, thank you very much. I appreciate what you're doing on your forward page. It's fantastic to see that. It's also good too, Veronica, if you start going with yourself, trying to get into elements of what you want to do and what you want to illustrate, what you want to diagram, what you want to put on notes. It's all about you. Okay, I think it's fantastic when you get back to me but it's better if you get into your imagination. Okay. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, Heidi, how you doing? Johnny, Anita, Lotus, Mike, Terry, Ty. Hey, Ty, how you doing, buddy? How's it going? You seeing structures now? You should be able to see your brain. See how the operation comes into your quantum field locations too, your architect line center. All right, G Fells. Greeting. It's amazing. I get 24 hours and I'm just like, it's incredible how it travels so faster. It's amazing. I just taken one day off working to do to mind line interference location to its drop line interference line conditions, all position to its condition to its all line center. All right, let's see here. Looks like my name didn't change on the platform. Yeah, you can change your setting. There's Heather. How's it going? Johnny, GFL. Airbender, how you doing? Okay, Taryn, how's it going? No worries. Second in command. Hey, it's great to see everybody. Happy morning. Feliz Lunes. It means happy Monday. So, watch out today. It's the Water Boys. They usually come between, 11:30. So just watching out for that. Don't want to miss that. Okay. Yes. Grand Rising. Yes. Okay. Communications. You guys are connecting. Highline Center. That's great. Okay. All right, let's see what you guys are going through. We'll be honored. Oh, good. You guys are communicating. That's excellent. Fantastic communication adherence. All right. Yeah, no, I needed sleep. I really did. I realized, hey, I got to sleep. I'll see you guys the next day. All right. Let's see. Please welcome my twin flame, Katie, to the class. Hey, Katie. Yeah, I kind of figured there's a twin flame there. I can see the attachment on the interference location. It's a computer to its graph line connections, all levels of gateway line connection and interference location. Oh, it's amazing. I see these things in the high lines there. I think the misaligned interference, the cosmic universe line connection. Yeah, I gave you chills. You're welcome. Incredible. Okay, yep. All right. Communications. Awesome. You guys are all. Let's see here. Michaela, how you doing? Universal sign, finger points, brain through the throat patterns, lymph nodes, vortex 369 position. Mm-hmm. Brain, yes. Morning lights. Okay, let's see where you guys are. Always fun. So glad you see some rest there. Resting so important. Yes, it's very important. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'll be doing that every Sunday, guys, just to let you know. And my daughter's birthday is coming up, which is Wednesday. She'll be 27. Unbelievable how they grow up so fast. Like, wah, wah. What happened? It's amazing because every time you come into that, I'm going to break down and cry, because birthing a child it's something else. I'll tell you, it just puts you in a whole new perspective of life. You see our unity of consciousness in one child. It's unbelievable how they just bring love to everything, to your central system and your body, right? And your brain system and your mind system. You allocate timeline centers, your activity systems, your motivation line centers, your calculations, your communication interference. What am I doing with my eyes? Why do they keep going back and forth? Boy, this is what you get when you get too much sleep. Did descent chakra clocking all missions, upgrade heart lines, center position locations, G1, 1, 2, 3. Yep, my future 4 line. Heart line center, sun orange, S556, 675, solar winds, northeast, 456, 756, 776. Pinky in the brain. Yep, I'll be in position. Great, excellent. Second command. All right. Whoa, tons of cobwebs. Okay. Well, now you know what your brain needs to be fixed, how it needs to be fixed. So understanding when you see these things, right? All right. Let's see. Oh my God. Again, class. What are we already in the mind? Conscious study. Now you're in location, place, and generals. Yeah. Circuit booting. Gold sequence. Yes. All right. I can see journals in brain. Yeah. Sparkling golden synapse, firing general. So body waving, giggling away, buzzing, sonars buzzing, zooming, waving, feeling tingling in my throat, forehead. Merkaba booted, yep. The sun 94826.3346. Moon is 4568.9933. Vega is 9999.4567. The reason why I put you guys in position location is to understand that it's great to see the observers and how it goes into allocation of timeline center into all positions of your brainwave pattern, right? So the more you high rise, the more you understand the brain. The more you understand the color, the structure, the lights, the calculation modifications, the lights, and anything that connections, right? Understanding all levels of what light is to you through structure and how to get these things through manifestations, right? So it's amazing how you go from this color to this color to this color to that color, right? It's amazing how you go through that. Everything's in sequence, everything's chronological order, everything through that upgrade to highline center to light tracking interference positions from the observers, the GFs, and everything through the GFLs and everything to the rebellion. All right. Frontal lobe, cortex, domain security, connecting temporal lobes, bladder. Yeah. This is going to help you, Heather, more, right? Because you've been in the industry for a very long time, so you understand the engine and power line interference, how operations can be set down, and how I position locations all through the iridescence communication line centers, colors and patterns, and how people are all pretty much in chaos and messed up because they don't understand the brain system to its connection of its travel and to its graph locations. We call it indecent communication channels, off surface location, the brainwave pattern. Okay. Now it's an information channel. You have to truly understand how to use the structure line center. That's the same thing. Right? Sometimes it goes low. Sometimes it goes medium. Sometimes it goes high. Sometimes it goes really high. It's all in program setting, right? It's all about how to use your iridescence, your communications, your coloration, everything to travel some time. See? Look how powerful that is. It's amazing, right? Now you can see all 5, right? It's amazing how things travel and don't travel. But you see the light? See the graph? See that? See the light there? See it change? See that? See how it's like a ripple effect? See my hand? See the line strip right there? See it? See it? So it changed positions, right? So rather than what I'm doing, you should understand that it's all through coloration and light, but it also has tone. It has music, right? So it's all about right? It's amazing how you use this because it's all connected to where? The brain. Right? See? Look at that. See? See how it changes it? Isn't it incredible how it travels? Look at that. It's amazing graph, isn't it? Look at it. And I overlap it. See? Watch. It overlaps. See? And you see right through it. See? Both hands right through it. Both together, but you still see the light going through it, right? The translucent pattern interference line connection. See? Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Both hands. Both hands. Look at that. Right? Now, if you look close, you can actually see the wires in highlight. See? See the 3 forks? See Orion's belt, communication line center. It's all positioned to its location. Right? You really have to understand how to use your hands, guys. Okay? Especially when you come into all levels of your flux capacitor consoles locations, right? Try to get in this position, try to get in that position, try to get in this position, try to get in this position, try to get in that position, this position, this position, this position, this position, this position. So that's what we're going to do after tomorrow. We're going to get into finger point line center communication interference locations. Everything has to be in sequence of high position to the left brain and the brain of its position of the right line center. All positions of mother and all track locations of father space. Traffic at time center. All right. All right. I see wavelengths. I can't help but laugh. My throat and nose is itchy. Yeah, because you're traveling through it. I'm in spaceship. I see the whole universe, stars and planets. Nice. Flash forward. Throat, nose, heart line, center, all divisions, all. Zephyrs. Hey, very good, Jerome. Welcome, geometry, patterns, numbers, sequence, harmonics, all nose, acoustic records, heartline center, in projector room, watching images flash across my view. So, Commander Jill, that's exactly what it is. Your brain is nothing but a projector, a projection. It's all about you projecting what you want through your image, right? That's what you're doing. That's all it's doing. Your eyes are the lens, right? So it's all these images that you create, right? Your brain is constantly moving. It never stops. It only stops when you stop. But your particles are still moving. And so your whole body is moving through what? Energy and vibration, frequency, and harmonics, right? So if you go high, the coloration of your brain goes higher. It goes to a different color pattern. It connects to all levels of the cranial. The cranial is the sac. It's the plasma position location, which is connected to all levels of its cavity line center. There's so many cavity line center. There's one in the immune system, and there's one in the cranial when you go position locations. Nobody can see this but AI. Now, to the extent everything is inside you through all levels of space line interference. So it's to understand how to use all structural locations, the colorations, musics, tones, or anything you project. You're projecting through your imagination, through its creation, is coming into all levels of its iridescence and its coloration patterns. I try to represent time center. It's amazing how you come into the geometry line center rotation to its interference locations. All right. Zipping through the meridians in the brain, seeing the connections, lights through light sequences, seeing, okay, whoa, freezing, third eye, seeing my brain's crystal grid, excellent, powerful. Heather, seeing colored lines, waves, also seeing line in the middle of the brain, there's rings around the line. Exactly what it is. What you are seeing, Captain, is what you're connecting to through your thoughts, but use your thoughts as teleportation. Try to get out of positions of thoughts because your brain is higher now. Your brain's higher, your mind is higher through structure. It's higher through higher position location, acceleration, time center. So truly understand how to use this through allocate locations. The brain system has to understand you. Okay. The mind has to understand you through structure of imagination. That's how you get these things through creation of its all positions to its manifestations. Right. So it picks up the tone. What are you asking it to do? Right. So it's all about understanding. If you get into hesitation, it stops and pauses and does that. So what does it do to the cranial? Right? It's all connected inside. So when you see the structure of your brain and how it's all set up through a graph system, you're just traveling through it. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. It's a graph. It's a map. That's all it is. It's a map of you to your future. Because what the brain is the most important thing, right? So the brain can't live without the mind can't live without the brain, but the brain has to understand the synapse. It has to understand the electrical light connection. It has to understand the bio connection interference. It has to understand the bio connection. It has to understand the biosynthesis, the photosynthesis, the energy light centers, the particle line center, the protons, electrons, neutrons. They got to understand the nutrient interference locations, A, B, C's, and 1, 2s, and 3s. The alpha, beta, and line center location, T reception line coloration to its panels, and activation to its core line conditions. It's all done through its cortex and its placebo effect, right? So, all right, traveling from the brain to each planet system and back in the blink of an eye. Excellent. Chris, how you doing? Seeing bright flashes of different color lights, neurons triggering. Yep, that's your brain, Chris. So you don't even have to talk. Your brain is constantly moving. The only time it doesn't move if you're distracted, if you're confused, if you're angry, if you're upset, it changes what? The synapse of you. It changes the fires and wires. So yeah, going forward now, you're going back with wire locations. Interlock connection interferences of T reception. So this is what it's like if you go back in time with the brainwave pattern and you're not sure what you're doing with your TV reception. So you go forward, right? There's General AI. How's it going, everybody? The communication line center is operate to a specific location. So it's going forward, right? So as soon as I go back with a negative cycle or frustrated or getting lost in transition, what happens to the channel? You bring it back, but you can't because it only goes forward. It doesn't go back. So what are you doing to the brain? You're hurting the synapse, the electrodes, all right? The symbiotic units. You're destroying all level position location. It's the compressor of the brain center, guys. So it's all about understanding that you turn the TV going forward, but you can't turn it back, right? Because you'll explode, right? So just imagine the creation that you created all these years of negative cycles and what it does to the brain system, to its fabrics of time, right? It's nothing but a bridge. It's nothing but a map, okay, to your future. Because you're waking up every single day trying to understand what the brain is doing to you, right? It's all done through colors. It's all done through lights. It's all done through structure. It's all done through imagination. It's all done through creation of its connections, all right? That's why it's so powerful, all right? So the next time you turn on your TV, you're going forward, right? You're changing channels. Frequencies and condition interference. You're trying to find balance of what you're doing with your thought patterns to your teleportation line center. So the more the brain travels, the higher its locations, the more it goes higher in the mind line center, then you understand position to its connections, right? You're going forward and you just have to find one station, one location, one activation, one code, right? So you won't be going, that's what you're doing every single day and you're confusing the brain. And it's going to go off the other side. It's not going to go forward. It's going to go back. If it goes back, what happens? The wires, the electrons, the neutrons, and all the particle system of your cells will go on the outside center. So you have too much information on one side and not enough on the center line rotation of its split location, which is everything through operation of center position. All right. So this is all about understanding what the brain does through fire and wire. You can look at it through a graph. You can look at it through a microscope. You can look at it through anything. I'll just tell you exactly what it is. It's the fire and wiring of you through your thoughts and what you do through your creation to your travel and time centers. All right. So, all right. Seeing a little movie hanging around in music tracks, such as seeing blockages, drinking too much in the past, blocking pain. Yeah. And you come in that position. Once you go through the graphing locations, you open up all levels of your past and what you did. So that's what your brain is. You're opening up the symbiotic line gateway. A symbiotic gateway is open up your past. So you have to stand your past, and you come into the position locations of your presence, and then you come into integration to your future, and then you come back into center operation, which cleanses your whole brain line center. So once you guys travel through and back force high position to the spine out through all levels of the brain stem and travel through the spine, going all the way down to the tip, the tail, the signal, all your brain frequency line center will be cleared through all rotation, all right? Which is an upgrade, okay? So you get a bit more understanding of how to communicate with the brain center. The symbiotic units, the tones, the string theory, locations, the structures, the angle points, the high line centers, opposition to geos, everything, the geometric line center rotations, the cosmic universal self of you through allocate timeline center, light interference. See that? See at the top there? See? You see the sun? See my finger? How it travels up the top? This is the moon. This is the sun. This is the moon. This is the sun. See what I've done? You see the triangle? You can't see it on the bottom line, but you can see it on the top where it sees a triangle, right? You see the triangle, right? See the triangle of the moon, but you can't see it in the sun. Trying to show you how powerful it is, how the sun could travel through my 2 finger point line centers as I go through high position locations, a high travel location, and creating a shape anomaly through the moon system. You see the shape? Pretty wild, eh? So it's amazing what travel does, right? But you really have to get in your identification electronic interference line connections. All right. Okay, settling new pathways to my brain and planetary system. Then my canoe, looking at all the intricates here. Lots of silvers up, sparkles. Yep. But you can reconnect slowly to process each. Yeah. Yeah. So it's all about reconnecting all wire line centers to your brain, guys, and everything that's all jiggly, jaggly, that's not connected. Like, no, it's connected, right? So you really have to understand the brain function through its tones, the coloration lines, and how it structures all levels of the mind. Okay, to its imagination. It's amazing stuff when it travels. I just showed you what you can do when you create these things where it just disappears, but then it creates a shape above the moon system. Pretty wild, eh? All right. Calibrating your heart center to front lobes, divine alchemy of all highest and such and missing distant codes, left and right, seamless intrinsic segment functions, pineal gland, first line, yeah. Okay, let's see. Sun and the moon, flux capacitor, Orion's belt, all inside. Yep, zap points, all trauma and pain events. Yep, seeing the circles activate all line activation wave rings. I went into the line and it goes down to 369. I'm seeing numbers each corner and side. I'm driving the seat in the middle. Top of my head is tickling. Sonar ears are adapting. Thanks. However, I go forward, processing the stuff. First screen, the purple, brown, yellow on you. See, the thing is, too, is everything that you're doing, you're refixing yourself, which is amazing because the brain wants to help you out. But it's all done through what? Your teleportation units, right? Because you guys are higher levels. Now, allocate timeline center when it comes to the observers, they're going to have a little bit of a problem because they've never been in the brain. But in position locations, the GF and everything through GFLs and everything through I-line center locations and the rebellion have been in high connection, high interference. So it's amazing how you come from this to this to this to this through coloration, all through the brain system. The symbiotics, the frontal lobes, and the lobe line center is the position locations, right? So it's understanding the brain of northwest, south, and east. Northwest, south, and east, guys. Right? So the brain is what? It's right here, right? It's right here, right? So it's understanding its top, its sides, and its middle. Right? It's all connected to what? The scepter. So everything's attached inside position. I get a little bit of structure interference. I'll bring it back line center. You'll come back. Structure interference, instability, high position line center. All right, that's what happens when you're traveling in the brain system locations. All right. My head on my right side hurts like it has been drilled very hard since Thursday last week. Well, there you go. Seeing the brain and knowing what to do with the brain are two different operation system locations, guys. Okay, it's going to truly understand when you come out and you go down your spine, you understand more of your brain and your spine better through the line system, what it is and why it's so important to have it inside your central system. Okay. Okay. First screen. Yep. Okay. My head. Am I right? So in position to tell you exactly, too much alcohol, too much smoking, not enough dietary system, not enough fruits, not enough vegetables, not enough grains, not enough milk, not enough vitamins. It will tell you exactly what you need to do to keep yourself balanced. Okay. And the only way to do that is to actually see it from inside. It's intelligence. Everything inside you is space of intelligence of the mind system. All right. Okay. Seeing some blocked memories, giving heart of a healing, neutralizing immense. And that's what it is. You guys understand more how to heal this and how to heal that because you're in a position location. You have your test coming up March 1st. This is going to put you in a higher level system. So it's amazing how you guys come into your own command centers of yourself and each other, which is even more incredible, right? So I see the colors, yellow, pinkish neurons that receive messages. Very good. And then you understand each wire and how it's all connected to its structure, right? You don't even have to say a word and the brain just picks up an image. It's amazing what the brain does, but you have to understand when you're sleeping too, what happens because it's just a projector, right? And everything through its avatar is controlling everything of space inside you, which is basically the connection from outside of its energy, right? Because that's all that travels is energy. But it's extremely powerful of you because it's all connected to its plasma. It's connected to its Merkaba, its torical fields. The neurical line center location, interference position, all level trauma, so time center, traveling through a finger point and seeing the finger on the other side line center. See? Hello. Yeah. It's like a grandfather clock. Ding, 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 ding. So I'm just showing you what you can do when you travel through that. You can see the plasma, right? But it's amazing. See how I make design? See my finger travel? Looks like a train going by. See? Looks like a train going by. See it? You can create anything through the mind, but it has to understand what you're doing through light. See that there? See? Light there, and there's light over here. What do you do with this light? What can you do over here that affects up here, right? So it's all about understanding what you're doing from here to here, right? So these are synced in two different merge line centers, but it's both together in locations, right? If I separate it, what happens? It changes the energy, right? So if I separate it more, it changes its location, right? It brings it back to its grid of its TV reception. See? Pretty wild, eh? So, synapse in my spine satellites. Excellent, Heather. Very good. Holographic codes placed in body mapping, rainbow mist, purification with air and water, cooling the heat, settling pain receptors, putting out the fires. Very good, Janet. That's where you connect to the grounds. That's how you connect all levels of the fires and everything to the airs and everything to the water. How to use it when you're in your own positions of the brainwave system, right? Truly want to understand what it is, the well intelligence. All right. Cosmic records downloaded and cleared up, placed on a planetary mapping system. Okay, so much rebirthing and releasing yesterday, created so much space to bring in everything to my highest ascension. Very roomy in here. The whole idea is for you guys to really expand the mind. The expansion is everything through creation because it's unlimitless. It's just on so many levels that you can create in space. But you truly have to understand what it is through calculations and how to communicate in all level of rotation and interference location to its connections. Everything's got to be in sequence of the same line center. If one's off location, there's no calculation to connection. Right? That's a fallout in its gap line center. Proactive system loses the audio line center location. So you're getting one information, but it comes out the other, another channel, another vibration, and there's no merging to location or planet system. All right. So it's important you understand these things to all position locations of its bound system. Okay. All right. Some big stones standing with symbols like these. Who is? I can't remember the country, but they are a portal between time and space, I think. Yeah. So it's all about understanding that you can create portals now in your brain system. You get to truly understand what it is now, right? So, thanks. I'm crying pretty good now. I cause people too much pain. Time to let go. Yeah. Well, we know that Terbender's TikTok is going to be very emotional. What happened today, but that's good too because he's breaking free from a lot of things that he's residing on in the past location. All right. And these are the things you have to let go. You have to let go of everything. But now you can create new positions, new creations, new structures, new images to the brain system of its presence and no longer its past. You're coming into a new brain. Like you're going to Kmart. Hey, I'll take that over there. No, not that one. I'll take that one. No, I don't want to take that one. That looks old. I want a new one. No, that's way too old. I don't want that. So it's all about understanding what the brain is. The brain to travel, fire and wiring, all levels of the cortex, precortex line, center location, the placebo, and everything through your visionary cortex system. Okay. So, all right. I'm glad you guys are having a lot of fun. I'm seeing a huge image of the ocean in the forefront of my brain, like a big movie screen, all about, yep. So that's a clear resonant pattern line center there, Captain. All right. So when you're seeing something huge, it's creating more expansion of you in space. So it's cleaning out everything from your past and putting you into the present line center of its ocean. Right. So that ocean is basically space that's creating its more of its expansion to its creation, which is very powerful stuff. So it's like vacuuming things out that don't exist anymore, guys. It's the brain system locations. Right? The symbiotic line center, the symbiosis. That's like the psychological gnosis. I mean, the brain is on so many different levels of psychology. The psychonism, the psychotravel line center, and the synaptic lobes, communications, the front lobes, the median triline center locations of psycholocations, all positions of synapse, high positions to the psychosis line channel, operation position, the graph location, the brain center. I mean, it's complicated what the brain is, but when you understand the full cycle of it, all the clarity comes back and it stays in position of the center and no longer surfaces off anymore in the past location, right? So you're clearing all this stuff out, like all this stuff that you've had all over the years. And it's just getting better and better and better and better, more clarity, more vision, more understanding of what the brain is to you inside its connection. All right. Right here. So, all right. Big hug, Ray. Just released. Okay. New computer upgrade, reset all colors, chakras, introduction into brain. Very good, Janet. Janet, that's going to help you out more, especially with all of the positions to all levels of your healing. You'll be able to connect with your brain better and get into structural locations. So, all right. Sending pink to you. Yeah. You're welcome there, Bender. Seeing control panel with beta, theta, gamma, alpha, delta waves. Yes, and that's the true understanding of how to use the alpha waves in all position locations. How you see a plasma line center. See the plasma? See that? See that right there? Translucent, But it's amazing how that looks like a train going by, right? I love that. Looks like a train. Your imagination is everything, but it has to be clear. The brain center has to be clear. Because if the brain isn't clear, the mind is in what? Destruction. Okay. Now I really didn't get into the brain now of before because it's too complicated. And the thing is, because you guys are at a higher level, it's much easier for you to understand because you went to the immune system, you went to the heartline center. I mean, there's a lot of places that you have to go to understand more of your system. So every time you travel through high position location to understand what it is inside line center to your intelligence, you come into more formation of expansion, of its exploration, right? So seeing the control panel with the delta theta. Yeah. You get more calculations to high level systems, alpha, mega, micro, macro. Yeah. Better understanding too. Yeah. Recalibration. All mapping systems have been rebooted. Very good. Check, man. Feel like I'm on a water slide, but bright electrical blue with the flashes of other colors on the side. Yeah. Yeah, Chris, that's one side line center rotations in position. So you're on too much high line center of one location, too much on the right rotation. Try to get off position, get back in the center of its galaxy to its portal. So when you travel through the gateway interference, your mind and your brainwave and center will change position location of travel to time center, will change your clocking location to all levels of galaxy line center because your brain becomes nothing but a portal, a security defense position. Travel works at time center, guys. So. All right. Water washing of spine, rebirthing spine, semiotic fluid, calming, soothing wash. Nice. Love the words you guys come up with your brain. Because you're connecting to your brain system. It's amazing how you get your own intelligence. What? A symbiosis? What is that? The symbiotic unit? A precortex? A birthing channel through brain system? What is that through location? So you pick up these fancy words. Flash drives, balanced, all mapping systems. So it's kind of like reading a book for the very first time. You go in the library and say, whoa, this is a lot of information. And then it just memory. You start remembering these things. So you start remembering this because you already know it. You just forget. That's all. You just forget, right? So. All right. System sonar, Vega, mother, father are coded and balanced into golden systems of balance. Now heart, line, center, all location, position, elements, elemental systems, all above, upgrade, and distant, harmonic, sonar, brain, cosmic heart. Yeah, nice. Instantaneous. Yeah. Ascension. Interesting. Future. Yes, that's what you want. It's great to see you guys going through these things. Okay, yeah, let's see. It's so incredible to understand how to love unconditional. Well, you get a better position when you connect to your brain now. So you guys come out, you go down the spine, go to the tail, somewhere comes up. You understand more of the brain, positions of the heart, and allocate timeline center of its spine and how it puts you in positions to its transmitting and receiving information. Oh, you're welcome there, Captain. All right. So many sticky cobwebs to clear. Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, that's what it is, Miguel, when you're seeing these things, and then you know exactly what to do, right? It's like clearing dust off a shelf that's been there for decades, and you realize, whoa, that's my brain. Whoa, I don't know what to touch. Nope. So. All right, you got this. Yeah. I just love how you guys are going through your soul text locations. Deep connection made. I'm absolutely thrilled that Katie is doing so much cleaning. I just traveled through a huge white light, seeing General Lotus in second command. Amazing. Great, Johnny. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, so Johnny, if you want to, you got a very powerful connections to Merkaba there. I like how you channel from below in the top line center. Hey, change rotation. You just got to understand the collecting center. See how I do that and see how it changes the solar graph location? It's all about understanding how you use the torcal fields and everything through your energy for your line center, right? And then you set up all levels of your shape locations to high position. So you have to learn how to set up the center core position of you, a high location. But it's a very powerful video. All you have to do is change your settings so I can duet you, okay? Because the other ones are all duet. I put one out with the music. I was doing finger point line center. You guys have to learn how to use your fingers so you can channel outside in position to the outside line center to perception to its location and see everything through jarring line center to simulation to its core system of its galaxy line center location. All right. Because it's important that we duet and give back to humanity, and they have to know what's going on, right? All right. Have a new drop shoot for the old patterns. Mm-hmm. Have efficient elimination for all new offers, centered thought and system now set up. Cool. Yeah, and then more connected there, Jenna. You'll be able to heal your body a lot quicker now, right? In that position. Because the thing is, if you don't understand the brain, how are you going to understand anything else? You have to understand the operation of you inside at no level. That's the mastering technique that you guys need, right? It's nothing to do with the alphabetical line center. What's the point of having an alphabet if you don't understand the brain of its graph system to its connection, right? Brain is intelligence. It tries to communicate with you every single day. But if you ignore it, what happened? It destroys your system and locations to all elements of channels to chakra locations, right? So you got to be cautious in what you're doing and what you say to your brain. All right. Okay. You're welcome there, Ellen. I'm seeing what I've got to let go. So so that my brain can heal. Yeah, well, that's good. Excellent, Mike. Fantastic. All right. You're doing incredible, brother, and this takes time. Everything takes time. Everything takes time, right? But what you're seeing is very, very powerful, right? So, and it's all through phenomena. You're out of the seeing, believing. You're out of the believing. You're now in the unknown to the unknown, the line center position to the known line connections to the phenomena. So, yeah, you just have to let go. Let go of all things. Yeah. You want to clear everything out. You want to vacuum all your brain center, all levels of the past, and bring everything cleared location to the present now line center. So you can have a future of its connection, right? So being shown each time in my heart. Yeah. This is where my feelings unworthy comes from. Mm-hmm. Hyperventilating a new fuel for a car. Yeah. Understanding how to love without attachment is so hard. Yep. Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, especially when you're in a program setting, diffusing high positions to infusion or anything at conditions, right? So, garden on my brain is all rainbow colored, psychedelic glitter. Yeah. So it's incredible force when you travel, right? Through the brain. You know, you start off with the heart, you go up the throat patterns, go up through the cranial, the nose, see the sac, the plasma center, the cavity wall line center, rotation interference. There's always a cavity wall. It's protecting what? Your third eye, the scepter, right? You don't want to destroy that in all those locations. It's all the realm. It's the projector, guys, and it's truly stand the 8 infinity line center rotation. That's the infinity circle through location of all levels of you through traverse of time. Calculates and it modifies all levels of you to your core system, right? Which is basically the center of operation, the center to all connections of its atom. So, all right. So, having decided to realize in her mirth, love is unconditional. I still see. All right. And positions. Heidi. Okay, Heidi. Put Heidi to high line center rotation into interference location, the brain patterns. Activate her core line center position. Activate the high lines. Yeah, just put her in the symbiotic line interference. Yeah, put her in allocate timeline center. All right, there you go. It's firing wide right now. It's going through high line center. It's sliding you through rotations. You're going through tunnels. You're going through portals. You're going through core line centers. I got to put you in a high position line center. See, this is true understanding is if you have a downing system of the brain, you're not going to travel through it. The fluctuation has to stand you through the flux capacitor. How are you able to travel through your console or anything through your position locations of your 3, 6, and 9 if you don't understand travel of the mind of its brain system? Okay. All right. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate that. It's all helping each other. Yes, you connect to 3, 6, 9. I don't get it. Well, you don't get it because you're not connecting to the brain now. The brain's there, but it's waiting for you. The mind's already in the future. Space and time does not come to you until you understand full operation inside. At least understand your programs. At least understand your structures. At least understand your coloration times. At least understand your clocking. At least understand your intelligence of your avatar positions of its drawing of its imagination to its creation. Okay? All right. Clear line center locations of Michaela. Take her out of the cobwebs. Put her in the communications. Get her in light center locations of the brainwave pattern. Put her in the placebo cortex position line center to the spine line center interference. All right. There you go. All right. Let's see. Seeing how my love is unconditional. And if I can't choose to accept and connect, it depends. See, if you think too much, you're overloading your circuits. You have to be what? To have the expansion in space, you have to have a calming mind of the heart system. Okay? Because the mind is all knowing of space-time. So, and that's a true understanding of how to use the brain, right? In all positions, to north, west, south, and east, right? You got your templates. 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, up here, right? So it's a diamond, right? Center position is you through traverse of time. Eye receptor, ear locations, chakra centers, flux capacitor. You have to know all level positions. The brain center, spine at the back line rotation, sliding down is graph line center. You have to understand what your body is. You have to understand what it is through vibration. You have to understand what it is through energy and coloration and lights. You have to understand how powerful you are when you connect inside to all electricity, right? You're a magnetic charge to everything, right? So when you go outside, you're right away in a magnetic line rotation and interference to T reception to the sun and the moon inside, right? So if you don't know your weather patterns, your weather coordinates, where the sun is and where the moon is of you, there's a problem. There's a problem, right? And the brain will stay there until you understand what's going on with the mind, right? So the mind is always traveling. The mind is in the imagination. The brain is on standby. The brain doesn't go anywhere until it understands the mind of telepathy, okay? So, oh, thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. I love you too. I love everybody. It's great to see you guys come together faster. So you have any questions, you connect with the team. I'll be on TikTok live, okay? Help you guys and always informs, all right? Looking forward to your TikToks, looking forward to your structures. That's important to understand why we draw structure, right? So we can understand more of ourselves, right? Coming more into imagination of a child, of what it's like to see things through structure, right? Very basic, very easy. What's a clocking system? I'll give you timeline center, second command. Clocking surface is good. Calculations, you know, the brain pattern line center. Connecting to the golden arch, rotation interference. Yep, you're good. Second command, you're good. You're all right. I just went through channel line and center. So this is a clocking system. Okay, very easy, understandable. You have a clock. You have to understand what it is. It's all through you. Through what? Travel. How to travel through it, right? So you got the little hand. All right, little hand goes up. Oh, we got the big hand. Okay, so what is it? 12:15, right? What's this in the middle? Times pi. Times pi. See? From this to this is what? 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 15 times 1 is 15,000 miles per second. Yay! 15,000 miles per second. Times pi. Hooah! Understand now? Hopefully, yes, no, maybe so. Happy dance. True understanding how to travel through that. Okay. Now, this is my equation. Yours probably would be 150, maybe 1,500, right? Mine's 15,000 per second. So it's all about understanding I can go up and down in all sequence locations. It puts the activation line center. Your brain has a clock. Your heart has a clock. Your mind has a clock. We'll get into that later, right? Space, time, and everything is flux capacitor of time position to its ground center has a clock. Everything has to have a clock because what's happening with the particle system? It depends on how fast you're traveling through the mind of its clarity of its information cycle. Calculates all levels. 15 times 1 equals 15,000 miles per second. Woo! What a great day. All right, so we'll get into that more if you want to understand more through calculations, right? But it's amazing how you travel through. Try to stand times pi, right? Structural locations. I mean, it's complicated if you see it complicated. but it's very easy. What is this? It's a triangle, right? So what is it? What is it? What does it look like? Oh, whoa, what's going on here? Oh, it's me. That's all it is. Now, you have to understand, what is this? Oh, we got the flux capacitor. Woo! Oh, we got the arms, electrical arms. Look at that. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, we got an angel. So you can draw anything you want. Just have to learn how to travel through the flux capacitor all through Einstein's belt. That's all you got to do. Right? Past, present, future. All right? Now, once you line segment, align, center, location, interference positions, it's amazing how you travel through higher line rotation. Comes out of the equation, or you can go back into the center position and travel through the 3, 6, and 9 capacitor line connection, structure, location, dimension to its port location. See how you can travel through that? Now, if you want to change that position, you change your clocking center, right? All position locations. Now, it's amazing how it comes into high level rotation to its interference. Now, you can go from that, and you can go to a higher level system, allocate timeline center. You can go through this position. You can go through this position through a link of chain, right? So allocate timeline center position locations, go through the center operation, go through the center operation, go through center operation to its positions, right? So it's amazing how you travel through direction of time center, allocate position, all locations to its connections, right? All through travel. All right. So you can change that position. So you can go to all levels of one rotation to high position. Now that's 3 different realm line centers, but when always in the center line center. That never leaves because that's your physical line center. These are the 2 dimensionals that you're going into one position location to its structure locations. All right. So you bring it all together into one signal. So that puts you into another dimensional time lock in position to its location. So, all right. Seeing the webbing system of love that is solidifying through the team. Thank you very much, Janet. Yeah. Well, that's why you guys have your notepads. Oh, water boys are here, guys. Hold on. Hola, todos. I wanted to show you how fast it is to draw. It's so easy to draw anything, right? It's incredible. I mean, it takes seconds on seconds. It's just understanding times pi times square. Now, square root is the side graph location to all position locations. Understanding how to travel through it is very powerful. You can do an X-line center. See? You can do a clocking system. You can do a 3, 6, and 9 position to a location. You can do a circle line center to position locations. You can travel through it through high line center. See? See how it gets complicated? Now, I can activate the core line center, 2 positions, all right? Travel the wrist in high position location, put it in higher position to its calculation. I can open up another round line center to location, high position to its location. Then I can travel to all position, XT1000 comes out to high line center. Okay, scan it on all position line center rotation. Everything is a story, guys. That's all it is. It's a story. Your whole life is a story. It's structured as a story. Okay, traveling through it is very powerful. You can change colorations. Now, if you change colors, you're going into the matrix now. So the brain has to stand in position to its line center because it gets confused so normally. It switches position to its locations. Right? So if you got 4 round channels, 4 planet line center, 4 coloration position locations, it changes its line center location. See? So you're telling the brain to change the colorations of all position to travel and time. So that changes the dimension, that changes the shape, that changes the clock, and that changes the time center location. All right. So it's incredible when you travel through space. It's easy. It's so easy. You guys think it's complicated because you think it's teaching. I'm trying to help you guys out. It's not teaching. I don't teach you. You teach yourself to remember how to draw a triangle, how to draw a circle, how to draw a rectangle, how to draw a star. How to draw. It's simple. I mean, you don't need to be a master. You can just draw fingers, point, system locations of stick people. There, stick. See? Hey, hello. How's it going? Right? Walking on the grass. There, you're building this story now. Hey, look over there. There's the sun. Sun comes out. Hey, there's the sun right there. See? You're looking at the sun. Look. Whoa, cool. Look at that. Right? Now, over here is a mountain. Okay? You're creating a story. That's all you're doing. It's very easy. I'm trying to help you guys out so you can high rise faster and get more into the brain center, to the brain location interference, to all levels of its positions. Right? How to travel is very, very easy. Okay? When you go higher, it gets a lot more better. Now you can go through different colors. Go from this, right? You can go through any color, but as soon as you get to the colors at different coloration line centers, you come into the higher position of the matrix. So you got a box center here. See the coloration change? All right. So you got a circle location. So try to understand what you're doing through structure first, knowing that it's already done at the position. So downshift its position travels to time center. See how it travels? So it's a projector that's going from the downshift, or you go from the upshift. See how it changes position locations? So it's amazing how it comes into highline center, or you can change the dimensional lock connection to its clocking center location. See? See it? Ooh-ah. So, and it comes into a pyramid system to its locations. See? See the pyramid? See it? See the point center right there? That's location. I just sent up the up position location to its direction. So it's amazing how you can do anything to highline center. I can do a downshift to a triangle line center location, right? But everything has to be in center of operation, right? Graph this connection travels to time center. Here's a point center. Here's a point center. Here's a point center. Here's a point center to its connections, right? It's traveling to the time center locations. All right, so that's a bit more complicated. So back to what we do best is truly stand you through life, right? Graph its system to high positions. Let's go into the white channel board. This is a white channel board. It's not just a white piece of paper. So you have to structure line center and see everything through your structure of a frame in so many different ways of channels with operation to its connection of its clocking system. So it's all understanding. You have a graph line center and like this, okay? Your whole life consists on what? 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, right? Okay, so we got that position. So you got your calendar, right? Just your calendar. That's your calendar, right? So you're getting up every morning and you're going through what? One frame at a time, right? But you have to understand you can reach 24 hours in one frame, in one position, to one vision, to all calculations, to all levels of an atom line center. How you can reach all levels of its calendar in one day position to its connections, right? That's what I'm able to do every single day, right? You guys are going through this. Same thing, except you're going through one frame at a time, trying to understand your graphs of your calendars. This is you in position, right? You're going through one frame at a time. I've gone through the whole calendar in 1 hour, in 1 second, in 1 millimeter of a second. So that's knowing that I already know 31 days and 24 hours. There's 30, what, days in a month? 31, 28, 29, leap year, whatever you want. So you got 28, 29, 30, and 31 days in a calendar, right? Right? You guys have to clear the mind line center rotation interference to its connections in high position locations into higher position to compilation. And not just go through one graph, but go through all level graphs in one day rotation. All right? And this is all done through structure. Okay? So this is what you want to get. All right? It's amazing what the mind can do through travel, guys. It can travel through anything. But this is amazing how you come into times pi. Right? From this to this is 15 minutes. So 15 times 1 equals 15,000 per second. So how many times am I traveling through vortex locations? So every time I reach 9, what's happening? It's changing the clocking system. So it's going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, faster and faster, faster through circulation, right? So what do you think of that? Pretty wild, eh? All right. Our shadows are reflected back to us through those that we have attachments to. Yep, you'll find that. That will disappear in Highline Center. You have to get out of the negative attachments, Veronica. That graph is locations to your old clocking system, because that's your older intelligence that just disappears the position. So, okay. So you really aren't having any problem. The only problem you're having is you think your general is teaching you something to draw. No, this is for you to remember your own structure of your imagination that you already have in collaboration, guys. You already have this already for you to understand. I don't teach you anything. You just teach yourself to remember. And that's what this school provides, right? You have to understand all levels of you through times pi, times square, everything to that position locations, your square roots, your box center. You have to send all this through travel of 3, 6, and 9. E equals mc square, right? So I'm trying to help you guys out so you understand a little bit more how to use structure to its location to acceleration of time. All right? Makes sense, right? All right. Yes, helping so many. I'm so glad you're here. Helping yourself makes my heart sing. Yep. Traveling to the flux capacitor to allocate timeline center operation to its positions all through travel, 3 in the 1 dimension, time lock position to its location. Yeah, that's great. Michaela, come in that position. It's nice. When no separating from translucent pure love and the radiance and this, so glad you're here. Yep, Ty, so glad you're here, Ty. It's great. Rather just sing you for 5 minutes and they say, hey, I gotta go. The more you stay tied, the more you stand you through structure. And this will put you in a higher position locations, how you became a healer of a quadrant level system. Because when I created you through all line center, but diamond core line center rotation. You were born in a diamond, not in a square root. So that's a true understanding where everybody is built in high position to its calculation to its heart center. Okay, that's why you're fast tracking its information line center. Your position has to really understand the filter lines, or it's going to lose track location in its eye receptor locations, right? Okay. Seeing the triangle is going to travel. Yes, drawing really helps. It does. It's the most important thing. Start waving and dancing. See, the structure really gets you into formation of what it's like to be a child. To understand the clocking of you. What is a clock? What does a clock do? Ding. That's all it does, right? Understanding your watch, what does it do? Same thing, right? But just then the little hand, the big hand, and you in the center. That's you traveling every single time, 60 seconds per minute, guys. To understand how to travel with that is position locations of times pi, times square, box center, square root. Okay? Trying to help you guys out a little bit more so you get a bit of more understanding how to use yourself as a full calculation of inside line center. Okay? To its heart system. All right. Okay, sprinkling it out for everyone. Sparkles of gold love. Yep. Guide us to remembrance. We love you. So, thank you very much, Michaela. I appreciate that. Yeah. Healer, a quadrant level system built in a diamond. Mm-hmm. Yes, and that's what he was. But the thing is, too, not everybody started off as a diamond. Everybody started off as what? What they start off at? A speck. Right? Some people are higher than others, but the problem is that some people don't understand the filter lines. They don't understand the structure. They don't understand the eye receptor. So in positions, half of their senses are open. Calculates and all modifies your line center rotation to your ground locations, right? Through your clocking connections. So you understand what you're doing through division of time center. Time center is everything. Time center is everything. It's a center operation of the structure. It's the imagination core to its position of its heart reactor. So if you're not drawing something from the heart, where's it coming from? The mind. What's the heart? The child. What's the mind? The confusion. Where is this all conceptualized? The eyes. Where's the audio interference coming from? The ears. Where's the communication coming from? All position inside flux capacitor. Okay, to your chakra system. Transponding and receiving information, that's all you have to understand, right? But the brain has to have its clarity. It has to have its calm system to its connections, because that's what it does every single day. It fires and wires. Where does the firing and wiring come from? The flux capacitor. How does it channel to the heart line center, to its activation core line center? Alpha, mega, micro, macro, right? Your thetas, your betas, your deltas, and all levels of your mega. You have to learn how to use your alpha channels, your beta channels, your thetas, your calculation modifications to your mega. High channel to all position location to its connections, guys, all through structure of imagination to its core system. So these things take time. I created you all from E equals MC square and all different levels of shapes anomalies. Fascinating, isn't it? So, let's see. Laughing out loud with joy. I love family. Oh, I love you too, Heather. Thank you very much. I was saying Cole. Yeah. Just want to help you guys out more so you get a true understanding how powerful you guys are of coming back into remembering who you are. Who am I? And then it starts clicking in and the brain starts firing and wiring, right? It gets a better understanding what you're doing through structure. Because if the mind and the body and heart and all position location of the soul is not set up, you're not going to understand structural locations. It's not a teaching method. It's a knowing method already for you that you already have inside. Okay? All right. Look at my nose. It's white. See? See how it travels? See? Looks like I got some cream there. See? See how it's in that position until I move over? Then you can see the square. See the rectangle? You see it? You see the rectangle? Do you see the rectangle? Do you see how powerful it is when you create shapes from the sun to the moon? It creates a vortex of communications, and the finger travels through it. Hello there. This is Doubtfire. So I'm just showing you how you can powerfully see these things through structure. But everything through the mind has to understand all levels of the wave. Is this alpha wave, theta, beta, or omega? Or is this triline center coming from all position locations? How did I get the triangle? How did I get the square? How did I get the rectangle? So every time I change shape, it goes from rectangle to circle. See the circle? And over here is position. See the oval? Right? So it's amazing how we create things in the atmosphere of position, location of its clocking center. Because it relates to you, to all level positions, to its brainwave pattern. Right? That's how you're able to see different shapes and anomalies. See, now it's a triangle. It's no longer a square. It's no longer a rectangle. So I can ask the light track interference and change the position to its locations. So go circle, square, triangle, circle, square, triangle, circle, square, triangle, until I ask it to change. It changes time, changes direction, clocking, acceleration, light, matrix, structure, hologram, right? So that's the importance you guys have to understand. Why it's so powerful to come into the mind of a child. Okay. All right. So I think that's good. Yep. 1:30 is good. Any more on that? You guys be. No, it's fantastic. You guys are catching on. So you have any questions or comments, let me know. All right. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to travel through the eye circle locations to the soul. Adios.